So let's get into
Yes.
this. This is the assessment with
Yes.
Tracy on October the 26th.
Recording, you better record.
And we're recording.
It's not recording yet.
It's recording over here, it says. Yeah.
Now it is. Okay.
Now it's so October the 26th, Tracy. Yeah. Anyway, we got it happening. So let's jump in right to the share screen. Right to, there we go. Into the assessment, right? And
Okay.
bam, bam. So you had 2 days of healing crisis over the last 2 weeks, right? And good energy, good motivation. Exercise.
Good 2 weeks.
Yeah. Great 2 weeks. Yeah, pain is totally manageable, right? That last.
Yes, absolutely.
Fantastic. Right knee, 3 to 0. I did the PCM for 2 weeks. Yes, every day. Okay.
I did it every day. I just thought, you know, I'm gonna start training it a little more. So it's not hurting unless, you know, I move the wrong way. But other than that, it's null.
Nice. So the goals were get out into the wet world. That's what happened there, right? I believe. Reduce 5 pounds, cold showers. Got 3 pounds down. Congratulations. Excellent.
Yes.
So let's see.
We had planned for 5, but it appears my body only likes 3. So.
Yeah, I have a recommendation on that, which maybe you want to follow up on. And I'll get to that in a moment. So let's go off the screen here and go back to, if I can find it, the numbers. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Okay. 1 to 24, yeah. So share screen again. Yeah, good work on the on the assessment there, and you know what you had going for the week, or a couple of weeks. That's really nice. Share screen.
Thank you for the reminder. I don't know, that just went. I knew I was going to talk to you, but didn't even think about doing that. Thank goodness you reminded me.
Right.
I don't know. Today, I guess I just wasn't going to remember.
I know. I was like, oh, it's not here yet. What's happened? Okay, so let's go for the last 6 weeks, just very quickly here, and just look at the numbers here. So week 19, 14, 16, so high numbers, lower numbers, similar numbers, high numbers, and here we have lower numbers and lower numbers. Okay, that's behaving good, right? Now, what was interesting? Yeah, right. It's behaving really nicely. Now, what was interesting here? This week you got like less morning MEDs. Normally, you have more morning MEDs than the afternoons. And 11, right? 5, 18, 13. Normally, it's, so anyway, we've got a reverse there, reverse trend this last week, right? We've got more in the afternoon. Well, it's saying that there's a stress happening then, right, relative to the morning.
Yeah, I suppose.
Blood pressure.
Yes, I had a couple days I was like, oh, it was high, so I have no idea why or what or whatever. It just was.
Right.
So I thought that was interesting. And both of them, uh, when I had that was, afternoons. So,
Okay. Oh, okay. You monitor it several times a day or twice a day?
well, I will take it in the morning. And then if I'm feeling like, oh, it's off, I'll take it in the evening. Otherwise, I don't take it in the evening. It's just in the morning. Morning was fine. It was the evening, it was the PM because it felt off.
Mm-hmm.
You can feel it.
What do you
I,
feel
I
when it feels off?
it feels off. You feel like you're racing.
Okay.
Your body's
And what
and
numbers?
then boom, it's the blood pressure. It's always been that way. Excuse me.
Right. Right. And what numbers were you getting, say, on?
Well, they were quite high. It was 149 over 86. That's high.
Mhm.
So for me, that's very high. But then I just started I brushed and did the blood pressure thing and everything. I didn't take, I just did that real quick, and I felt better. And then I didn't take my blood pressure. I actually just went to sleep. I think the best thing to do was just go to sleep.
Mhm.
I was fine by morning. So I probably did that all wrong, but normally I just go, oh, because it was later and it was like, and I might have, I'm trying to think if what had happened. And I don't know.
Right.
So
Right.
I had a headache. So it may have had something to do with, or the blood pressure may have caused the headache. I'm not sure, chicken or egg.
Are you still taking the full blood pressure medicines
I take
volume?
my full blood pressure medicines. Yeah. So that was a surprise because I'm on my blood pressure medicines. If I hadn't, then it would have been different. And some mornings I'll forget and I'll take it by midday, um, you know, but I still take them. Yeah. I take them in the morning.
Okay.
So,
Okay. Okay.
so who knows? I was trying to think what went on. I don't know what's going on. It's raining a lot. We had hail, but that doesn't usually bother me. Maybe because I wasn't been able to go out. My body went.
Right. Right. Interesting. Yeah. It's a mystery, isn't it? It just doesn't really fit in there at all.
No,
It must be.
so I just honor it and move on. I don't dwell on it. I just honor it and move on. Because to me, as we've learned, we create, and I have to tell you, this is remarkable, having found you and starting to learn how to do things in a different way and working, with the PCM or the Scanar is amazing. My husband's knee, this was amazing. My husband's right knee was bothering me. I said, oh, let me put the Scanar on you. Oh no, oh no, oh no. No, no, no. I said, stop. You do this or you're not going to eat. I mean, and he kind of gave me a dirty look because that's not who I am. So I said, no, please just sit. So I have now, we're almost on the 7th day and his knee doesn't hurt. He went, oh, I guess that really works. I went, yeah.
Right. Isn't that interesting?
You know,
the work that we've been doing together for all of those months, right? Wow.
yes.
Wow.
I'm just
You
so
know,
grateful,
yeah.
So I think he may be moving in a different way now to think about it because yeah, stubborn though, just stubborn Finlander.
Right. Right. Yeah, that stubbornness. I have a friend who's passing, and it's the stubbornness that's getting in his way. You know, we could work with him, but his stubbornness just won't allow it. In fact, it's just totally it's unpleasant to work with him. In the end, I refuse. But it's
I
like,
understand.
yeah, it's like, wow, wow. Yeah, I mean, that's been the issue with this microcurrent all along. You know, we didn't have it in high school. We didn't have it in, you know, as babies, as children. You know, it's like, yeah, that's the way it is. You know, what you know, I don't know quite where to focus my goal time or our time together right now. You know, we got to a certain
Okay.
stage, we've gone to, you know, through different levels, and we've achieved a tremendous amount of
Yes.
accomplishment. And, you know, you've been like such a prize, you know, ideal client to work with. And thank you for making my job a lot easier.
You're welcome.
Right.
You make my life easier.
Yeah, you know, it's a win-win. But now it's like I'm at a point where you know, the weight thing for me is like, oh, how can I help her with that? The bottom line is that I have never had my own personal weight issues. So
Right.
you know, I don't have that experience. But what I do have to suggest for you and for you to consider
Okay.
is the work of this, he's a neurologist. Yeah, he's a neurosurgeon. And he was at around 4 and change weight, right? And one day he's in a seminar and he blows out his knee, and that's the beginning of his journey, you know, away from traditional medicine. And being that sort of neurosurgeon type of mentality, he has done a lot of questioning, and in that questioning he had to realize that he'd been indoctrinated in totally the wrong places, you know, and it was like hell for him to get off his medical training. But what he discovered for himself, and this is, I know, has worked for his people too, is that there's a hormone called leptin, and that controls a lot of this weight issue. And
Leptin?
yeah, and it's what he has is a leptin reset. And I'll show you the screen. If I can find it. Yeah, there we go. And let's get it a little bit bigger. But it's really about, from I've listened to a lot of his podcasts and the people that he's trained. He's dead against the keto diet simply because it doesn't have the balance in it. It doesn't have the sunlight in it. It doesn't have all of that stuff.
Ah.
Right. So he's really gone into the circadian rhythms, and it gets very, very involved.
Where did you go? Hold on. I'm not sure. Oh, I see. It just timed out on me. Hold on just one moment. My
Okay.
screen just went off and now it's back. Okay. That was weird.
Right.
Come on back.
But this.
Hello. Come here.
Okay,
now I can see it.
Okay. Good. But basically what it is it's eating about 2 ounces of protein in the morning and dropping all carbs. And what that does, and I haven't really fully examined this enough, but I've listened to people that have done it. What it does is it takes you off the carb calories and puts you onto protein calories. Now, for whatever the reasons are, and I don't pretend to know enough about this, you know, no snacking, blah, 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 do's and don'ts. But here we go. For breakfast, pasteurized eggs, meat, poultry, protein shakes, not less ideal, but poultry, fish. That's where it really starts for those people. And what is what is happening there is that the body then goes through a reset, and that hormone, which is the leptin, resets. It's either over or under, I don't know quite which. It probably says it here, but it resets that. And that would be one suggestion I would have for you, is to try this for a month or two.
Oh, that's a good idea. Is there like a website for it? I can't really tell.
Yeah, let me put this
It's
in.
called-
I'll get this for you later, but I'm going to put this in the chat
Okay, sounds
right,
good.
right now. If I can get to it. Huh. Oh, it's in my chat. I don't know. I think I have to get, oh, I see. I'm not more chat. There we go. I'll drop that address in there now. I'll put it in the notes later on.
Oh, workout after 5 p.m. That's interesting. Okay.
Right. And yeah, so, you know, do's and don'ts. Do not work out before or after breakfast.
Interesting.
Do allow 4 to 5 hours between dinner and bedtime, which I think you're doing anyway. Trouble sleeping.
That makes sense. Yeah.
5 minutes of push-ups or squats or something really hard work. But he's an interesting man. He's pretty cranky. And he's got this very brusque bully type, you know, get beyond that, right? When you listen to his podcast,
right.
Because he has some really amazing gems of knowledge and research that he's put into, and he's the guy that really.
What is his name?
It's Dr.
What is his name?
It's Dr. Jack Kruse.
Jack Kruse.
Kruse.
Cruz.
Kruse. Cares in.
Okay.
Cares in.
Got it.
Whatever it is, kitchen. Yeah, Jack Kruse. And he's got tons of videos on YouTube, which you can listen to those blog posts, which are very interesting. Because what he's doing is he's realizing that, you know, the non-native EMF stuff is hindered his health because he was in a surgery environment all of his training, all of his younger years, and put on more and more weight. And then he began to put 2 and 2 together, that it was the radiation in the surgery room that was literally causing his body to just fall apart. And so he's been doing he's pretty outspoken with that stuff, which is good. The bits that he's missing he's sticking really to the more digestible quantum, calls it quantum biology. And because it fits in better with trying to train other doctors and other people than to go for the whole shift, which is let go of all the quantum theory stuff and realize that it's bullshit. But then it's just too complicated for him to train others in that. And I think it would actually ostracize him as a doctor from his community a lot. And so he hasn't gone that route. You know, I have had little interactions with him, and he's.
I understand.
You know,
tough. As you know, it's a very tough nut to crack. The way that we are doing our medicine and pharmacology. So,
right.
But good for him that he's.
Yes. Yeah.
He's not willing to go the whole way, but at least he's on that path. Good.
Yes, and good for him helping a lot of people with the keto problems. You know, they would take the keto diet and not lose any weight, you know, or other complications would come up. And he hit upon this leptin reset, how to start the leptin reset and regain leptin sensitivity. I think leptin, if I remember right, is associated with light, but don't quote me on that. I think it's a light initiated or created hormone. Now, obviously, there's more to that. And there's a book I saw on Amazon, Leptin Reset, 14 days to resetting your leptin, which maybe we could just have a quick look at. And but I think what we have to be careful of are, staying with basically Dr. Jack's Kruse's analysis, because other people have tried to reposition themselves or make it look like they, hey, back again.
Are you back?
I am, and I guess you are too. But I don't see you yet.
I can hear your voice now.
It'll come through. It's just connecting in for some reason. Okay. Well, anyway, I think I lost, or we lost me.
Yeah, maybe it was me. Could be.
Well, it's my end too. I think the whole thing, I don't know quite why it's got. That little bit of me is back. I wonder why it's doing this. It says we got really good connection. But Tracy was still recording here, and I'm not sure what to do. I'm tempted to. Yeah, I see you're in there. It says 2 participants. So, I'm hearing you maybe? Okay, I'm going to stop the recording.
Maybe you haven't stopped it yet.
No, I just stopped it now.
Okay.